Salutations, my fellow dandies! It's me, Jack Dandy, and we're back in Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers for more Light Warden slaying. I think that's what we're doing. It's been a couple of weeks. I can't remember what we were doing. I know we found Y'shtola. She's behind my head. There she is. Look at her, adorable. We're in her tree house, and that's not an inaccurate description of where we are. Helping her friends out. I think we are building to fight another Light Warden. I think that's what we are working on. So we just had a funeral for a little girl who died. I think that was the last thing we did. Oh, but before we do that, before we crack on, I bought a new material container. I finally got enough scraps together to make one, so I thought, why not start the stream, get a new minion or mount. Let's go. Gotcha. It's Wind Up Mithra. I already have. Okay, great. Yeah, honestly, I might stop buying those boxes because the last few have been dupes. All right, well, let's just do the minion roulette then. It's Gwynhard, or whatever his name was. Yotzia's minion dude. Yeah, whatever, he can hang around, I guess. Hey, it's Y'shtola, whatever. I'm hoping we can get to level 80 today, so the next week I can do my final Red Mage quests, and then I might go and do that side quest that I have to do, apparently. Most of the Red Mage quest is what I'm looking forward to, because I think I get a new set of armor off the back of it. Let me begin by first explaining the origins of this tablet. I initially believed it might detail the history of the Church of the First Light. Much to my surprise, it dates back to the end of the Ronkan Empire, and was likely written under the direction of the reigning ruler. It was a time of strife and unceasing war with neighbouring nations. With each passing day, they yielded more and more territory to their enemies. In their desperation, petitions for aid were sent out to their allies. This was one such petition. And you think this ancient petition will somehow help us get into Ixmaja? I think that's how it's pronounced. Indeed we do. For etched into this tablet is a method by which one may prove himself an ally of the Ronkan Empire. Provided we are able to decipher said instructions, we may entreat the ruin's protectors to grant us safe passage. The problem, however, is I presently lack the resources to decipher them in their entirety. We have but one recourse. There exists a stone monument inscribed with ancient Ronkan text and translations into a more modern dialect which came into use after the fall of the Empire. I am confident it will suit our purposes. Where can we find this monument? Here in Setia, quite close to Slitherburg, in fact. The good news ends there, however, for it is in the possession of a rather radical faction of dark worshippers, the children of the everlasting dark. Well, I'm the warrior of darkness, so we should get on fine. If I am to study the monument, I must infiltrate their encampment. I have no intention of taking longer than absolutely necessary, but I will nevertheless require time to transcribe the text I need. To ensure that I would have enough, I'm afraid I must ask you in Thancred to assist me. Odd. And before you even ask, the answer is no. If we're to remain unseen, our group must be as small as possible. Alright, I'll stay here until you return. Well, we won't be long. If anything should happen, you keep her safe. You got Oriange hammering it up there. Then let us convene outside, to the west of Slitherburg, where the path diverges. Alright. Y'shtola kind of reminds me of... I've been reading this manga called... oh, you're going to be annoying. You've been reading this manga called Freyrin of the Funeral. So say no Freyrin. It's about an elf who's over 1,000 years old, who was part of the party that defeated the Demon King in the years after defeating the Demon King. Am I going the right way? Yeah. And one of her things is that because she lives she's so sort of long-lived, the passage of time is really... her sort of concept of time is incredibly warped. So she'd just be like, oh yeah, we'll only be here for like 4 or 5 years studying this thing. And it's like, I don't want to be here for 4 or 5 years. And I just imagine Y'shtola being the same way. It's like, I'll need time to transcribe the transcribe the text. It shouldn't take me more than 5 or 6 months. It's like, no, you must be faster. Remember, we're at war with the Empire in our other dimension. The encampment we seek is to the north, but it would be foolish to simply rush in. A guard has been posted at Cleric to keep watch over the children. Perhaps he has aught to share of their recent activity. But we must tread carefully. There is a chance we may encounter them along the way. Stay close and stay alert. I'm trying to stifle a sneeze while I talk. I would avoid a confrontation if possible. They rejoice in dealing death to others, claiming that in doing so they cleanse their victims of sin and usher them into the sunless sea. I'd rather not sully my hands defending myself against such madmen. I would. Let me at them. I mean, I haven't been able to kill a whole lot in this expansion. It's been a lot of sort of fetch quests, honestly. I mean, I've killed a few Light Wardens, I suppose, but they're kind of cool, I guess. I was gonna say they were no primals, but honestly, they are pretty dandy. I don't like getting into combat because it interrupts the nice music. This area has some really nice music, and I mean, normally this combat would be fine, but when it interrupts the lovely singing, I don't like it so much. So I was looking at this earlier. It's actually the first. There we go. The Rotika Greatwood. I missed one as well. That's annoying. Well, I'll go back and get that. Pointless going out my way to get them until I've unlocked all of the quests for them as well. Oh, I should. Augustus, get out here. But you can have 2 guy shields. You finish him off. Go on, peck him, peck him. There you go. Good work, Augustus. Hi, blessed watchman. Not that blessed. If you got attacked by one of these losers. By the blessed dark. Thank goodness you are. Thank goodness you are unharmed. We would have arrived sooner, but we had a rather unwelcome visit from the children. Out of context. That sounds. Oh God, my kids came over. I told their mum every other weekend. Ugh. Take them to Chuck E. Cheese. Take them to the cinema. Made sure they did their homework. Anyway, I'm here now. You are an acquaintance of Master Matoya, then? My apologies. The children have been acting strange of late, so I thought to take a closer look. I was careless. Strange? What have you seen? At first, there seemed to be nothing out of the ordinary. The usual gathering of ingredients for poisons from flora and fauna. But I took notice of their venomous spiders. They've been breeding them in much greater numbers. It is as if they're preparing for something. Any idea as to what? It could be anything, really. If it meant the end of the Blessed, nothing would be too cruel or violent for them. But perhaps we can use their present preoccupation with spiders to our advantage. If we were to introduce a threat to the nests where they keep them, the children would be compelled to save them. Bees, for example, are a natural predator of spiders. Yeah, I guess, yeah. birds too. I mean, we birds. Set them loose on the nests, and we would have our opportunity to sneak into their encampment. What a mischievous plan. I like it. With a bit of smoke, we should be able to subdue a few colonies long enough to secure their hives. Have you anything we might be able to use? I have some bees right here. We have some smoke bombs at the outpost just over there. Then it's settled. Grab a few smoke bombs from the outpost and search about for beehives. I imagine the bees won't take too kindly to your visit, but once they're knocked out, take the beehives and bring them back here. 2 will suffice, I should think. Thank God, I think you're overestimating my ability with a rapier that I can knock out a swarm of bees. I mean, I can kill a swarm of bees with one of my fire spells, sure. But I don't know how useful they're going to be if they're dead. Also, bees generally are quite... As long as you're not... Like, you don't make any sudden movements. And, you don't do anything to harm the hive. They're generally quite happy for you to just kind of... You could just basically pick up the hive and walk off with it. I think you have to hold your breath as well. That might be wasps. Honestly, I would recommend Googling all of this information before trying to do anything with bees. Don't take my word for it. My knowledge of what to do with bees is scant. I've also never been stung by a bee or a wasp, so I actually don't know if I'm... It's one of those things that I'm like, man, I could be like deathly allergic to bees and just not know it because I've never been stung by one. Smoke. Oh, dang it. Augustus, don't... Spit those out. Spit those out right now. Bad Augustus. Oh, God, he's got a beak full of bees. It's okay, we've knocked, quote-unquote, knocked them out. Oh, I need to use the burlap sack. Is that how you... Is that a humane way of transporting bees with a burlap sack? Maybe we're not... I mean, to be fair, we just beat the bees up with magic. I don't know necessarily that we're that concerned about their... that concerned with being humane here. Also, we're capturing these bees to make them eat poisonous spiders. No, but you had to make me guess what I was going to be doing for the first quest of today's session. I would not have guessed fighting bees. So that Y'shtola can set them on spiders' nests as a distraction. It's all very convoluted. Just let me just go and kill all the people that we're trying to sneak past. What are they going to do? Hey team, I have my sacks of bees. The guard returned to Slitherborough, but not before offering his thanks. As for the beehives, Thancred and I were successful in acquiring what we need. How did you fare? This is more than enough. The children are certain to be displeased. Just imagining Y'shtola holding 6 burlap sacks full of unconscious bees. This is the fan art that never gets drawn. Let us hurry, before the bees begin to stir. This would have been a good... If I'd just done that last mission last time and then left it for 2 weeks, this would have been... That would have been a good place to stop. Just be like, okay, well, I'm going to call it there for a night. Hopefully those bees don't wake up over the next fortnight. The children's settlement is to the west, a place they call Woven Oath. According to the guard, there is an airway apart from the entrance which leads to the spiders' nests. If the fates are kind, the way will be clear. Yeah, that's boring though. Let's hope it's full of enemies that we can kill. Ah. Do you know the problem with using a mount in this section? Is that the music gets overwritten. Is it worth going slightly faster to not be able to hear the lovely music? Oh. It is a difficult choice. It's a tomato. Oh, God! That's not a vegetable. I'd like to say I wouldn't put that in a salad, but... I mean, I guess I don't know how it tastes. And yes, I know a tomato isn't a vegetable. Shush. Hey. Up there is the airway. Do you see it? A bit far, perhaps, but we should be able to toss the bag through. Though we should probably loosen the ropes keeping it closed, enough that it falls open when it lands inside. This... this does not seem very well thought out. Can we go climb up? I feel like throwing a half-open bag of bees through a hole is a poorly thought out plan. This is just going to irritate the bees. May I do the honors? That should do it. Now we wait. Oh, the bees. I thought there'd be maybe like a little bit of waiting, but it's like literally the bees woke up immediately. What is that? Bees by the abyss, they're everywhere. Help! Someone help! We have to save the spiders. It's a good thing they shouted spiders and not children, and we didn't accidentally throw it through the wrong window, because it would be difficult to explain ourselves away as the good guys after that. It sounds like our plan is working. Still, it is quite likely not all were drawn away from their posts. I'm going to be honest, if I heard some guy yelling, bees, bees, there are bees everywhere, I'd probably pretend I didn't hear. I'd probably just be like, someone else will get that. Someone will respond to the bee. Yeah. I'll just be over here. If you should come to blows with the children, I'll see to it any signs of struggle are concealed. Failing that, I'll create a distraction to buy Y'shtola more time. Should anyone get past me, it falls to you to guard her. Nod. Your concern is appreciated, but I sincerely doubt it would come to that. Why do I get the feeling you enjoy the idea of my loafing about bored in the shadows? Come now, Thancred. The shadows are a fitting place for a warrior of darkness. Now, if both you're ready... Hey, Thancred's not a warrior of darkness. It's the warrior of darkness, not a warrior of darkness, alright? Ignore the warrior of darkness who talks to me in my hotel room. He's, I suppose, also technically a warrior of darkness. He was the previous warrior of darkness. I am the current warrior of darkness. It's an important distinction. How... Let's go all the way around. God damn. Leave me be, you horrible vegetable. Fellas. I mean, I know I'd say it'd be great if the path is filled with enemies so I could fight them all, but realistically, I'm just going to run past them. I'm 5 levels higher than them. The amount of XP they offer is... well... I mean, I guess it might be useful for leveling up Augustus. I don't think I'm ever going to get Augustus to level 10. Do you remember getting Augustus to level 10 and unlocking the Chocobo suit was like a goal I had at some point of this game, like right from the start of this game? Okay. Well, he ran away. The font of seeing suggests this is a chamber for... okay, hang on, he came back. He came back, Y'shtola. Am I gonna... there we go. I don't know what he did there. No, he's running away again. He's running away again. Okay. Is he definitely... nope, he's coming back again. I don't understand what this guy's playing at. He can't decide whether he wants to fight me or whether I'm outside of his range. No, he's becoming vulnerable again. Hang on, give him a second. He'll turn around and then he's back again. Okay, it's a very... maybe he's forgetful. Maybe he just keeps thinking, oh, I need to go and guard the door. Oh, that's that guy I need to go and fight. Oh, but I need to go and guard the door. Oh, but I was fighting that guy. Oh. Well, that beating's not going to help his short-term memory loss, but... there. You done properly this time? The font of seeing suggests this is a chamber for prayer. At the very least, they would not place this near potential distractions from their worship. Perhaps the monument is further in. Alright. Yes, this is it. I will be but a moment. Keep watch on the entryway. On second thought, would you mind examining the murals on these walls while I look over this? At a glance, I can tell they are old, predating the founding of the Blessed and the Children, in fact. Would I not like to come here a second time? 'Twould behoove us to learn all that we can. Yeah, but I'm a himbo. I don't really know... I've never really proven myself to be... Stand at the destination and examine the murals. Okay. It appears to be very old. A ruler sits atop a throne attended by their subjects. They appear to be queuing. It's some kind of... They all seem to be holding something. I think this is an ancient supermarket. The mirror appears to be fairly old. A knight shields himself and their comrades from an encroaching darkness. The central figure is considerably faded. Oh, I mean, that looks like the Warriors of Darkness. But I guess 100 years ago. There's 5 of them. I'm pretty sure one of them had a hat like that. Mirror appears to be ancient. A warrior in the middle stands triumphant of what appears to be a creature of the shadow. Other figures surround the warrior, rejoicing in their victory. So I'm guessing the implication is that this cycle has happened for a while now. Warriors of darkness rising up against light or darkness, or... And then there's a supermarket in the middle.
These paintings, they seem familiar. Depictions of heroes throughout history. The Age of Gods, the Empire of Ronka, and this.
I wonder if Y'shtola can perceive Ardbert, given that she kind of sees with, like, her magic eye or whatever. She's really good at those books.
There was a man,
where you have to cross your eyes.
A researcher who pored over these pieces. He offered us work when we needed it. Slaying beasts, delivering provisions. A funny old bugger he was. But he had a good heart. He believed this first painting dated back to a time of myth and legends.
Oh, I like his hair.
A tribute to the heroes of a long-forgotten era. The story went that it was rediscovered by an explorer from Ronka, who was so struck by its majesty that a second painting was commissioned, commemorating the heroes of their day. One day you will all be here too, he said. Heroes immortalized forever. Maybe I'll paint you myself? I had a good laugh at that. We were only trying to make our way after all. Being heroes couldn't have been further from our minds. But it seems he actually went and did it. Before or after the flood, I wonder. Rather faded, isn't it, compared to the others? But did someone try to scrape it off the wall? Well, maybe the man himself once he came to his senses. Do you suppose your deeds will warrant an addition to this collection? Or some other kind of monument?
I want a statue. I want a 1,000-meter high statue. I don't know how that might be into space. I want a 100-meter tall statue of me posing.
There you are. I have everything I need. Let us quit this place. Is something the matter?
Okay,
We should go. The others are waiting.
Y'shtola cannot see the Warrior of Darkness. Honestly, I may have asked this question last week, because I think you showed up then and she couldn't see him either. Not last week, but whenever we played this last. Yahi. Yahi. Oh, I should... In the interest of getting myself up to, I bought these cheap zonies, didn't I, for the extra, that sweet 3% XP. I believe I now have everything I needed to finish deciphering the tablet. Tell me, Jack, did the murals appear to be of any significance? Yes, the Warrior's Darkness. Depictions of heroes from the Age of Gods, the Ronkan Empire, and immediately before the Flood. Very astute observations. Perhaps in another lifetime you could be a curator of antiquities. Though it has no bearing on the task at hand, perhaps that knowledge may prove to be of use in the future. Oh, though it has no bearing on the task at hand, perhaps that knowledge may be proved to be of use in the future. Yeah, I got a new foot. Mr. Greaves of Casting. That one. Yep. Oh, they look awful. Oh, and I can't glamour them either. Ugh. Well, I mean, I guess the gold kind of matches the buckles. Let us hurry to Slitherborough. The others are waiting. After we've returned, the two of you should rest a while. No doubt Runar will be eager to have you sample his cooking. As soon as I discover anything of import, you will be the first to know. Alright. I think we can... zoop back. Jack! Oh, wait, I gave this guy... I remember he had voice acting last time. I can't remember what kind of voice he had, though. He's not Russian. The bunnies are Russian. What was his accent? It was kind of... Was it Norwegian? It might have been Norwegian. Or maybe the bunnies were Norwegian. Oh, maybe the bunnies were Norwegian. Maybe he's Russian. I'll just do a kind of generic gruff voice until he talks again, because I can't remember. Jack, the guard told me you left with Master Matoya to Woven Oath. And no sooner do you return than she locks herself away in her chambers without so much as a word. She knows I worry when she leaves without telling me. She is safe, and that is all that matters. What? You did what with bees? Oh, my persimmon log sold. Excellent. You must be hungry after such a journey. Why not have a seat there by the fire? The stew will soon be ready. Am I entering like a meditative state or something? I've discovered inner peace.
Strange.
Yeah, here we go. There's Runar's voice. Completely, like, I knew it was completely different to the voice I was giving him.
The others on patrol should have returned by now. Our food will be overcooked if we wait any longer.
Yeah, I don't know what accent that is. It kind of sounds...
We will just have to start without them. Would you call Master Matoya and the others?
Yeah, I don't know what accent that's supposed to be.
I tire of these games, Urianger. Why do you pretend you cannot see it?
Orianja's like, why do you pretend you can? It's like, oh, low blow, low blow.
The blessing may spare him the fate of becoming a Light Warden. But you cannot be blind to the nascent corruption. He is not as he was in the Source. Though I have no proof, I fear that the light which poured forth from the Wardens was not negated at all. I fear it was absorbed, that he has been suffused with their light.
Though I have given thought to this possibility, I dare not speak until more is known.
By the time you deign to enlighten us, it may be too late, if it is not already. Urianger, I know full well, after all these years, that you have only the best of intentions. But that does not make it any easier to put my faith in a man so infatuated with secrecy. I have had my suspicions ever since the Exarch bade you speak that day. But now I must ask. The 8th Umbral Calamity and all that followed. Everything you claim to have seen. Did you?
Help! Someone help! The Yulmorans have come for us! We're under attack!
Oh, god damn it, Yulmor. Leave us alone for like 5 minutes. Meanwhile, in Yulmor. Oh wait, weren't Alphino and Alice supposed to be going to Yulmore to try and kind of tide things over? Oh yeah, the Exarch went over, didn't he?
Lord Forthry, how good it is to see you. How long has it been? Not since your inauguration, unless I'm mistaken. Too long, at any rate. May I say, how humbled I am to be invited not only into your city, but your home. You are as generous as ever.
And you as disingenuous. Let us dispense with the pleasantries. This merry band of dissidents people are calling warriors of darkness. They have slain Sin-Eaters, and by all accounts the Crystarium is complicit in their villainy. And now I hear reports of your people obstructing my soldiers, so I must ask, what exactly do you think you are doing?
I wonder if that's all that lady does, is stroke the nose of that lion.
I might ask you the same thing. It should be clear, even to you, that defeating the Light Wardens represents the world's only hope of survival. Even now, the people of Lakeland and Ilmeg rejoice in the return of night. For 100 years, they yearned for a means to fight back against the Sin-Eaters, and at last they have found one. Yet you choose to stand idly by and do nothing. Why?
Why? Because this hope you cling to is nothing more than a fever dream. An exercise in futility.
Oh, man, what if it turns out that like Vorthry is the only one who knows what's going on? It's like the one talking sense all this time, and everyone else is wrong. And he's just like, see, that just because I'm horrible doesn't mean I'm not right.
Even should you slay the Sin-Eaters, the world as we know it is beyond salvation.
Hey, salutations, Stone. Good to see you. Hope you're fine and dandy today, as always.
With what little land and resources remain, the people would be free only to starve. Before long, they would turn to violence, then to war, and ultimately usher themselves unto oblivion. They require a firm hand to shepherd them from the edge. The hand of a king. Nay, a god. I will see their dreams fulfilled, their wishes granted. I will give them peace, order, and they shall never want for bliss.
Okay, never mind. I don't think Vorthry knows anything. I think he just wants to. I think he's just got a god complex. He just wants to be king. You encountered the sneaky infected in Last of Us. Oh, the ones that run around. Yeah, they're annoying. They're the ones that sort of scamper about on all fours.
Men are fickle creatures who entertain vague ideals without the faintest notion what they cost. But a little fear can go a long way towards helping them realize what it is they truly need. Sanctuary. And they shall find none in this world save that which I afford them.
I haven't killed them. I stopped playing as soon as I saw one. That's fair enough. There are really only two ways to deal with them: is just kill them all or run away from them, because you can't really stealth past them, because they kind of immediately know you're there.
That is why the Sin-Eaters exist. To unite the world under my dominion.
A paradise fit to grace the 8th Umbral era.
What was that?
A minor epiphany, nothing more. You have always held sway over those around you. Those who defy you must submit or die. What sits before me is the inevitable result of bloated privilege and unchecked power. But man is more resilient than you think. His achievements are not the product of violence and bloodshed, but compassion and understanding. This calamity is but another crisis to be overcome. And we will, once we eliminate the Sin Eaters.
You poor deluded fool. These people care not for the morrow. They care only for the now, and the contentment they lack. What good is a paradise to them if it is 1,000 years in the making, or even 100?
It's a pretty relevant commentary on global warming, I feel. I have to get past it because it's that part where Joel falls down the elevator in the hotel. Oh, yeah, that part sucks. I remember getting stuck. I remember hating that part originally, and then I did it really easily the second time. But yeah, it is a sucky section. Salutations, Dr. Fluggy. I did miss you, you magnificently dandy bastard. Right back at you. How have you been? Hope you've been fine and dandy since I last saw you.
You underestimate them, Lord Forthry. They see further than you think. I have beheld it in the blood and sweat and tears of those who would sacrifice everything for a future they may never know. That their children may never know.
Hey, Dandy, guess what? I don't know. You bought a car. Just a wild stab in the dark. Just a wild stab in the dark. What? Has someone already banned an action? Not yet today. Not yet today. Final Fantasy XIV is always a tricky one because you could ban combat, and I might not be in combat for the next hour, and then you could ban. So it's always a tricky one. You're welcome to try though. I'll enact the ban. You can't run. Okay. Well, at least the prompts are coming up. Although I think it's I've got that prompt come up for channel points, and it should come up for all of them. But I think it only comes up for ban and action currently. Running. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. It's because it's only a 5-minute ban. And I'm in a cutscene at the moment. I will start the timer when I actually get to a point when I can move. Because we could be in cutscenes for like another 10-20 minutes. With Final Fantasy XIV, there's no way of knowing.
I have beheld it in the hopes and dreams of those who came before, which we bequeath to those who come after, that they might in turn build upon the foundations laid by our forebears. These are the bonds which hold man and his world together. Not your gilded chains, and I will resist your every effort to shackle him.
Because yeah, I have had people ban actions as like no magic, and then I've spent 2 hours in story missions with 0 combat, and it's like, well, that was an easy ban.
In summary, you will continue to support the villains hunting my Sin Eaters?
With tremendous enthusiasm, for I have faith in the future they would build.
Oh, why do I even bother? Fools, the lot of you! So naive! So painfully predictable!
It's to speak with an accent, a specific accent, an accent of my choice. It is any accent you want from any of the countries listed. Just because I obviously don't want to do any accents that might get me in trouble. And I can't promise that I'll actually be able to do the accent, but I'll give it my best shot for 5 minutes. That's how the accent one works.
Did you imagine I did not know your mind? That I would wait until after this meeting to dispatch my forces? Even as we speak, they march to the Sin Eaters' defense. Insurrection will not be tolerated.
I'm from England.
This world are mine to rule.
I'm from England.
To command. And you are no exception! What? How did he?
You got hologrammed.
Insolent swine! I will not stand for this!
Why did he not shoot a beam at me when I was in here messing with him? I know the typical British accent. We have a lot. We have many. I'm from the west. I'm from southwest England, but I don't have a very strong. This is a West Country accent. I don't have a very strong West Country accent, so it's quite my accent's kind of. It's definitely Southern England, and there's certain bits of it, but yeah, my accent's kind of mild. As far as they go.
You speak for the Knights Blessed?
I'm Australian, you're a Pom, and I'm a convict. I mean, that's a simplification, but yes. Pom, limey. A few less broadcastable terms. Oh, hey, Ranji.
I do. I presume that is your doing. If you've come to parley, I must insist that you first return him to us.
You're in no position to make demands.
We're hiding.
By Lord Vorthry's decree, Raktika now falls under the governance of Yulmore. You will henceforth answer to us.
Is that so?
I feel like after the whooping his army got in Ilmeg, surely they're spreading themselves a bit thin.
And the children of the Everlasting Dark have acquiesced to this madness.
We have reached an accord, yes.
Yeah, you messed with our spiders.
Too many times have the Knights Blessed shunned Yulmore's overtures of friendship. The risk that you harbor hostile intentions has grown too great to ignore. Therefore, his lordship has claimed dominion over this forest and bestowed executive authority upon the children of the Everlasting Dark.
In his wisdom, Lord Vorthry has agreed to recognize ours as the only permissible expression of dark worship. It's one true faith. You and your false creed are a blight on these woods. A foul, unholy corruption that must be cleansed.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's sort of the combination of the haircuts and the dark jackets and the kind of white tops. But these guys look very emo. I like it. I knew kids who would wear clothes like this in like the sort of late 90s, early 2000s.
Little wonder the Warrior of Darkness visits both Lakeland and Ilmeg, yet shuns Raktika. Your perverted teachings hold blessed shadow at bay.
I'm over here hiding behind a tree.
You have accepted the yoke of Yulmore to spite us, then? Fools. Darkness will never return to these skies while they hold sway.
Those of you minded to obey his lordship are to make for Woven Oath with all haste. We will leave you, that you may have time to prepare.
Woven Oath? Are you suggesting we abandon our fate to join those salads?
I really can't get Runar's accent. I just don't know
What
where
has
it's
your
from.
faith afforded you thus far? Nothing! We will guide you along the righteous path.
And should we refuse?
Anyone found here upon our return will be considered a traitor to Yulmore, and dealt with as such.
Alright, well... If we defeat the Light Warden before they come back, then that should solve the problem, right?
We will discuss these developments after I have tended to our casualty.
Can we also talk about that whole, like, nascent corruption thing you and Urianger were talking about? Okay. Well, alright, I won't start the timer just yet still, because I can talk to Urianger without moving, so... The guard hath been afflicted with a most terrible and efficacious poison. We have attempted all manner of healing incantations. Alas, his condition remains unchanged. At present, we can but slow the poison's advance. I pray it will afford us sufficient time to find a cure. How fareth the young guard? The poison spread throughout his system, long before he was brought here. At present, there is naught we can do but try to ease his pain. Do not blame yourselves, my friends. All that can be done has been done. Even had we reached him sooner, it would have made little difference. The children employ countless poisons. Finding a suitable antidote is a nigh impossible task. I still can't get Ruthar's accent, so I'm just going to kind of go a bit free and loose with it. What of the rest of the Blessed? How have they taken the news of Yulmor's generous proposition? With anger and dismay. We cannot hope to oppose both them and the children. I considered a convocation of the Knights Blessed, that we might consider their ultimatum, but I know how they will answer. Master Matoya, I am truly sorry. We cannot abandon our faith. There is no reason for you to suffer for our decision. Your work is not yet done, and you still have time to flee. Flee? Can't you see the ban? I can't run. I am not wont to run from my troubles. In fact, with Jack's arrival, I am minded to take the offensive. Yeah! Let's ignore the light cancer I have, and let's go and kill a Light Warden. Yulmoran's presence here plainly stems from a desire to protect the Light Warden. I say we seek it out and slay the creature before they return. So again, Y'shtola's concern for me completely disregarded in favour of, like, well, now it's beneficial to kill the Light Warden, so sorry, Jack. Just bear with it. You've already, like, it may already be too late, so, you know, in for a penny, in for a pound. Just soak up all the light, and then we'll, I don't know, put you in a hole and you can let it all out or something. Were darkness to fall over Raktika, that they would have no cause to remain. All of which is rather easier said than done, unless, of course, you finally deciphered the tablet. I have, as a matter of fact, and with it we can prepare everything we need to enter Ixmaja. What say you all? We will need to act quickly, but I believe it can be done. We cannot deny our fate, but one course lieth before us. Well, we are villains, are we not? Good. I leave the Blessed in your capable hands, Runa. Very well. I see there is no change in your mind. By all that is dark, I swear to keep the Blessed safe. According to the tablet, we will first need to obtain a seal used to identify the allies of Ronka in times past. One such seal should be waiting for us in a complex of underwater ruins not far from here. You have some experience with subaquatic excursions, do you not? Odd. When you say seal, do you mean an actual seal? Because we are going underwater, so it could be either. Then this should prove a simple task for you. The ruins we seek are at the bottom of Lake Tusimikta. Early see to that, Minfili and I remain here to help shore up Slitherborough's defences. Your aid would be greatly appreciated. I'm Oriange, I'm also here. Did I get the... No. But I'll eat another Zoni just to top me up. Actually. Well, never mind. I was going to say, actually, I'll wait until I'm about to turn the mission in, but... I already Zonied up. But yeah, it makes sense. They're joining the Yulmore because they think the Warrior of Darkness isn't coming here because of these dudes. And so if we get rid of the light, oh wait, I forgot the running ban. All right, from 5 minutes from now. So what is it? 10:26. So it's been a while since it triggered it. Okay, now I do have to... this is going to make getting past enemies a bit trickier. No, oh, damn it. It's one of those annoying ones where you have to hold down the analog stick. You just have to tilt it a little bit. And if you tilt it too much, he starts running. Oh, you know, we just get to go for a nice little walk in the forest with Augustus and Gwenvald, whatever his name is. Dead, doesn't matter. We get to listen to the music. Oh, look at this panpipe solo. This would have taken a really long time if I'd remembered the ban at the start. Hey, Ishtola. Sorry, I know we're in a rush, but I've just thought I'd enjoy a little nature walk. Oh, there you are, ready for a swim. The seal we seek should be stored in a chamber somewhere inside the ruins beneath the lake. However, the entrance is seemingly protected by a subtle locking mechanism rooted in the symbolism of Ronkan culture. The Ronkan sought to live in harmony with nature and considered certain animals to be sacred. Foremost in their pantheon was the snake, portrayed as the protector of the wood, an arbiter of life and death. Below it were 4 others, each equal in rank: the Kiel, the Calibri, the Opo-Opo, and the Wolf. Characterized as the bringers of liberty, words, enlightenment, and harmony, respectively. I like that the Opo-Opo was in charge of enlightenment. To open the chamber containing the seal, the tablet states that one must pay due deference to 3 of these beasts by placing one's palm on monuments wrought in their image, and this must be done in a specific sequence. If my interpretation is correct, the order can be discerned from the 3 commandments which to follow. Give praise unto the snake, by its strength do our lands prosper. Be as the Opo-Opo, rival thy kin. As all parts seek betterment, so too does the whole. Be as the wolf, move as one. Peace comes to all who seek harmony with their kin. Okay, so snake, Opo-Opo, wolf. I know what 2 of those things look like. The tablet says naught of the placement, size, or appearance of the monuments. Alas, hopefully all will become clear when you reach the bottom of the lake. Go safely. Oakley dokley. So I need to wade out until the swimming kicks in. Oh, okay, again, it's like there's so little movement of the stick before it goes from walking to run. You have to tilt the stick just so barely. Right, I'm going to take running as swimming quickly as well, because I can swim a bit faster, or I can swim slowly. So we'll take swimming slowly. Otherwise, I think I could fully use up the rest of the 5 minutes underwater without running. So I think I need to get underneath this rock. Yeah, here we go. The covered halls of Dwatil. Well, there's the serpent statue. Right, statue of the snake. Yep, so snake first. Okay. Sure, people give bagpipes a bad rep, but they're delightful when played. Nicely. Even the more aggressive, like Scottish bagpipe playing is still, you know, again, if it's done well. I mean, it's the same as any instrument. You play it correctly, it sounds nice. It has a charm. We'll go, just for the sake of... because I did run for a little bit. That's the curl statue. That's not what we want. What's that in that direction then? Do I have to, like, click on it and then select no? Or are there more statues in... oh, there might be more statues in here. Oh, here we go, here we go. Oh, I maybe should have checked the other halls. Well, there's the Opo Opo. It's a good job I don't have... it's a really good design choice, by the way, to include swimming, but to immediately give your character the ability to breathe underwater so that you never have to, like, manage... Ah, okay. Yeah, so you never have to manage a, like, oxygen bar or something like that. I keep looking at the map as if it's any help whatsoever, because the map just shows the surface. You know, I can see the direction I need to go. Let's just swim until we see the thing we're supposed to be swimming towards. This is taking a really long time. I always do this for myself. The ban is only for 5 minutes, and I put it for 5 minutes exactly for this reason, so that it wouldn't cause too much of a problem. And then I just sort of go, I'll just do the ban until the end of this, or until the end of that, and then I know that I'm the only one who cares as well. I should really set different tiers, so you can have like a 5-minute ban, a 10-minute ban, or a 15-minute ban, but increase the value each time, like, exponentially. So you got to really save up. You really got to watch for a while before you can redeem the 15-minute one. That was the problem, I think, is that the 15-minute one was too easy to redeem before. I need to do the although I say this is a map of the... Yeah, no, it is. So I say this is a map of the other world, but it is a map of the other world. It's just that the tree vines are included. I see something over there, sparkling in the distance. Oh, it's a player. Never mind. Never mind. Someone else doing this mission. It is surprising how no matter what part of this game I'm at, there's always people doing the missions at the same time as me. Like, there's normally at least one person doing the mission. Should I go through the log? I should probably go through the log, shouldn't I? I'm still too high, so the log is not the answer. Must be under... I must have to go left and down, I reckon. I reckon there's a cliff somewhere. Oh, maybe there? That looks like I can go down. Yeah, I've been thinking, I think I might take a break from Final Fantasy XIV for a few months once I finish Shadowbringers. I don't have... I'm still enjoying it, but I don't have quite as much enthusiasm for it as I did. We've been playing it like every week almost. Pretty much every week for the last year and a bit. Like, we're on episode... I can check actually, switch account. What was last week's episode? $61. So we've done 61 streams in this game. That's the Calibri. I think there were other doors in this area. We need the wolf. Wolf? Wolf. Okay, screw it. I've done the ban long enough. I don't think Dr. Flug is even here anymore, so... But they got their money's worth. Not exactly the hardest riddle in the world, I'll be honest. But yeah, I'm, I don't know, just don't quite have the enthusiasm I had for it when I first started, and so it'd be nice just to take a couple of maybe just a couple of months, just to, you know, gives me an extra slot in the rotation to do something different, and then I can come back refreshed and excited for post Shadowbringers and Endwalker. And maybe, you know, maybe by the time... I mean, it's still... Oh, it's like entrance. It's still... I reckon like another... At least... If I play until the end of this section today, there's only... a little over 40 quests left. Which is still quite a lot, to be fair. Yeah, there's still... There's two big sections, which I'm guessing are the last two Light Wardens, and then... yeah, like the end bit. So these big sections I'm doing about, like, a half at a time. So I reckon there's a good still, like, maybe 5 streams after this. Plus I have to stop to do the I have to speak with Serig, apparently, I have to do at least one of the class quests, and I have to do my Red Mage quest. So there's at least 6, I reckon. So we're talking like end of February, early March when I'm going to take a break, but still. I have retrieved a medallion for my efforts of slowly swimming around and touching a couple of statues. You do sort of think... I mean, unless there's any kind of penalty for pressing them in the wrong order, that you would just maybe trial and error that. There's only 5 statues, and you could easily position 5 of you in the 5 different areas with link pearls and just be like, okay, let's try this one. Did you find it? There you go. I found the seal. It was actually a medallion and not a sea creature. I'm as disappointed as you are. This medallion bears the owl insignia of the Empire. There can be no doubt this is the seal of Ronka. Well done, Jack. We can begin our preparations to enter Ixmasha in earnest. Yay! What did I just get? Is that the chest step part? Oh no, the weapon coffer. Ooh. I now have a blue spirit rapier. Is that better than what I've currently got? It is. Ooh, but I don't like the colour. Ooh, it's nice. It's nice apart from the colour. Sorry, Y'shtola. Sorry for poking you with my... Well, the red and blue, you know, is quite a nice contrast. Actually, that's not too bad, is it? That's... Is it dyeable? Sometimes... No, I can glamour it, but I can't dye it. That's alright. Let's crack on. Bearing the seal, it should be possible to enter Ixmasha unmolested by its guardians. I will go ahead to Slytherin and inform the others. When you've recovered from your exertions, meet with us in the cavern leading east out of the village. Literally just like... Right, dry off. Dry off and have a sit down. And once you've had enough, come and find me. I didn't really do anything. Y'shtola didn't really do anything. I mean, I guess she translated the tablet. So I suppose... I guess partial credit. Again, though, unless there was a punishment for doing it in the wrong order, I feel like we probably could have trialed and errored that. And we would have gotten it eventually. I probably need a few more underwater people, though. Good, you're here. Runar opened the gate for us but moments ago. Beyond lies Ixmasha and presumably the Light Warden. It did not take long for the Woods Protectors to find me when I last came here, and I expect them to fall upon us just as quickly this time. Though we carry the seal, there is no reason for us to let down our guard. Now, let us seek out the Warden and put an end to its reign over these woods. I'm actually on the mission to do this quest. Just having a quick look at where we are Weapon coffer. No, it's still away. Yeah, it makes it sound like this is the next thing we're gonna do, but it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 quests away. And we might not even get to it, depending on how long these quests take to do. And I don't generally look ahead on stuff, but I was curious whether the dungeon was actually the Light Warden quest, so I checked out, and it's like, yeah, no, it is the Light Warden. In fact, is the dungeon... not even the name of the place we're going to. So maybe we go here and we find out it's not actually there anymore. You know, Yulmore has relocated it or something. But it's 11:15. I did start a little late today, but even so, I don't want to go too late. Well, yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll maybe I'll hit it, maybe I won't. It's so hard to tell. Like with Final Fantasy XIV, 8 quests could take me half an hour. It could take me 9. I like that. I like that Ishtola's marching to the beat.
It would seem we have found them.
You trespass upon sacred ground! Begone!
Furries. Actually, I suppose Rothar is the furry. I like how it's disappointing because you can have any one of the classes for this cutscene. They couldn't give the Warrior of Light an animation where he deflects any of the arrows. Did he throw his triple triad cards at them?
Stop! We mean you no harm.
Oh, sorry.
Sister, is that... We are allies of the Empire of Ronka. As is customary, we come bearing the seal of the Emperor.
It appears to be genuine.
She's zippy.
Then perhaps there's yet hope.
Perhaps. We acknowledge your seal, but we must be certain of its authenticity. Follow the azure flowers to our village. There we will judge if you are friend or foe.
Try not to stray from the path. All right?
Follow the flowers. Would it kill them to escort us?
You saw them shadow stepping about. We can't move that fast.
To investigate Ixmaya. Fine.
Maya. Silent J. Or soft J. I like the Ixmasha better, but you know. Ixmaya. Oh, well, we've made friends with the forest bunnies. But yeah, it's disappointing in cutscenes like that they don't... What would be good is if they went to the effort, and I appreciate that, you know, that is a lot of effort that is unnecessary. But it would be cool if they went to the effort of giving all of the classes their own unique animations for those types of cutscenes. So, depending on which weapon you've got, you'd get a cutscene, rather than the Warrior of Light just standing there slack-jawed whilst Y'shtola gets her ass handed to her. Hey, salutations, Briar. J is silent. Why spell it with a J? English was a mistake. I don't think Ixmaja is English. I don't think you can blame that one on us. I think that one might be one of the other languages. We're not the only ones who have silent letters. Salutations. Hope you're fine and dandy this Friday evening. Or is it Saturday morning for you now? No. Friday afternoon. Oh, I'd kick time zones. The bunnies have a weird accent that I can't do very well. I know, me not being able to do an accent well. But it's still difficult, but it's like, I would have the seal that we may confirm its authenticity. Straight to the point, I see. Very well. Flops it at her. There is no mistaking the crest of the royal family. It is of proper size, and by its weight it is plain it was made from gold. The seal is indeed genuine. For 3,000 years we have waited for this moment, and now you are finally here. I bid you welcome, allies of Ronka. I am Elmet, Chief Tennis of Fanor. Elmet, her younger sister. Saimet, a pleasure. We were beginning to lose hope that you would come. This is really hard to do 3 different voices with that accent. Working on destroying this cold. Sorry to hear that you're ill. I'm good. Stress. I'm glad. Still sort of like low-level stress from house stuff, but good. Glad the weekend's here so I can try and recharge at least a little bit. But it's just it'll be fine when it's done. But it's just I'm just now paranoid that everything's going to go wrong, and I'm going to be out loads of money and time. I beg your pardon. These are troubled times for my people. Though I can imagine what has compelled you to venture into our woods. You must be tired after your journey. Come, take your ease. If you'd like, I will show you about the village, though I must warn you it is a long way down to the forest floor, so do watch your step. Oh, they live in a treehouse too. Why don't it is possible to live in the forest and not live in a treehouse. There are other options. You can build a house in, like, near a tree. To be fair, Yashalla's people lived in a cave, I think, rather than in a tree. Although I think it was... Yeah, no, it was a cave. There were just trees nearby. Yeah, I can get my chess piece. This way, what is your name? I'm Jack Dante. Warrior of Darkness, Icon Slayer, Primal Slayer. I have other nicknames. I have so many, I forget what they all are. Yeah, don't worry. I'm taking time to decompress and relax. It's just one of those things where it's like the best I can do is distract myself until it's all sorted, and then once it's all sorted, I'll be fine. It's always stuff. I hate stuff where it's out of my control. Like if it's something that I can sort, then I know that I can do something to make it good. But when it's something that's in other people's hands, it just lingers. Just one of those things. Jack, and this is the common name nowadays. How times change. But I digress. Come, and be sure to watch your step. I wonder if you call yourself Saimet, whether she says something different. It's like Saimet. What a stupid name. Oh. It's like how in when I would play Final Fantasy VII, I would always rename Red 13 to Nanaki, just so that I could get the cutscene where they go, "Nanaki's real name is Nanaki?" I say, "Yeah." What did you think it was? Or in Final Fantasy IX, when Garnet's like, I need a pseudonym. How about Dagger? And you just change it back to Garnet. And she goes, Garnet, perfect. No one will ever know that I'm the princess with that name. Nowadays, games account for that, and they're like, no, I'm trying to change my name from Garnet. But back in the old days, before they did, it was delightful. You did the same thing. Yeah, it's just... It's like, what was... There's one that you can do for Pokemon that's really funny, or like a type of name that you can do for Pokemon, where it turns all of the dialogue weird, but I can't remember what it is. It's like there's a couple of options you can do. There's a couple of like lines of dialogue, and you can like your rival as well. You can call them something like some fool or something like that, and it works perfectly with the sort of fixed dialogue of Pokemon. I did it for one, and yeah, for the life of me, I can't remember what it is. I always have to look him up. As bearers of the seal, you have no right. So you have a right to know what became of the Empire and my people's purpose here. We are descendants of the palace guard which served under the last emperor, and to this day we carry on the duty of our forebears, the final decree of his eminence before Ronka's fall. By the wisdom of our people was Ronka made to thrive. Such knowledge must never be forgotten, nor may it be suffered to fall into the hands of the wicked. Keep it secret, keep it safe. Isn't that like a World War II poster campaign or something? And look to the coming of our allies. Unto them you shall bequeath our all, and thus will Ronka live on. By his command we have remained in the Raktika Greatwood, guardians of Ronka ruins and the wisdom held within. I hope thou wilt not think the question impertinent, but did thy people's famed longevity perchance play a part in the Emperor's decision to entrust this mission unto thee and thine? That was one reason, yes. We V's would easily live to see 3 of your elven lifetimes. Oh, so the bunnies live longer than the elves. Didn't see that coming. We were also the fiercest fighters. There are none more fit than us to stand watch over the remains of Ronka. Keep calm and keep Phoenix Downs. That'd be a good t-shirt, actually. But our duty has grown ever more perilous in the wake of the flood. Settlements such as this one were plentiful before the light claimed dominion over the land, but now, Fano is all that remains. Our numbers dwindle year by year. Before long there will be no one left to honor the Emperor's wishes. And you believe we are the allies for whom you have waited. You have the seal, do you not? After 3 millennia of waiting, that alone is nothing short of a miracle. Truth be told, I had begun to think you would never come. We tried to make the puzzle as simple as possible. You touched the 3 statues in order, and we wrote down the order. Really, the fact that it took 3,000 years is just... I mean, what the hell? Sister. Oh. We are glad of your presence here in the Greatwood. The wisdom of Ronka is yours should you wish it. You need only ask. Yeah, well, we want to kill a Light Warden. I'm going to suck it up. It might be killing me, but I'm going to suck it up all the same. You come in search of the Light Warden. My apologies, but I do not know where it makes its lair. Ulmit, do you recall any sightings of this creature? Not by these past 30 summers. 30? But that would mean... How old are you exactly? Minfield, pay attention, they're really old. Young enough to remember. With age comes knowledge. There may yet be one among us who has seen or heard of the abomination you seek. We have leave to speak with the other V... Oh, this is a huge dollar. We have leave to speak with the other V's, then. But, of course. Then we should split up and inquire individually. If someone knows something, I would hear it while there is yet time to act. Nod. Disperse. Like 2,000 years ago. I don't understand. Did you put the statues down? Did you put the statues down and give them the answers? Yes! and we are sure it's in their language. Yes, has anyone tried? Many people. God damn, they're stupid. I just do imagine the bunnies hiding in the trees, looking over the lake, going, "Oh, someone's going to try." Oh, they drowned. They drowned. They drowned before they could touch all 3 statues. It's like, maybe we should have put the statues above water. It's like they weren't above water for the first 1,000 years, and then they sank. Then the floods came. To be fair, it being underwater does add a level of difficulty that we did not anticipate. But still, there was 1,000 years there where it was above land that they easily could have done it. It was not my intention to pry, but your voices carry far. I know what it is you would ask of me. Unfortunately, the answer is no. I have not seen the Light Warden. I patrol the ruins' perimeter regularly, and if it were hiding nearby, I would know about it. Okay. I mean, I don't know how useful this information is going to be, because, I mean, these bunnies are going to be like, "Oh yeah, I saw it like 100 years ago." And it's like, oh, that's great. Although, if no one's seen it recently, how can they even be sure there's a Light Warden here? Are we just working on the assumption that there's a Light Warden here? An outsider? But how? By the gods, allies of the Empire. My sincerest apologies for failing to note your arrival. It was the Warden you wish to know about, yes? My mother, may she rest in peace, told me once of its appearance in these woods. Before settling here in Fano, she lived in a village near Raktika Falls, until it was destroyed by the Sin Eaters. While out on patrol one day, she spotted a swarm of the abominations, one of which was different from the rest. It was larger, for one thing. What struck her was the large one, because it was faster and bigger than the small ones. What struck her was the way its fellows seemed to revere it. She was convinced that what she had seen was the Light Warden. Ah. I have learned something about the Light Warden's possible whereabouts. Actually, did I tune to the Aetheryte? Yes, I did. It took them 3,000 years to solve the puzzle while trusting their assumptions. I mean, honestly, the fact that they're cool. Oh, that's nothing useful. The fact that they're like, after 3,000 years, we just showed up and went, "Hey, yeah, we're allies of the Empire," and there's like, "Okay, yeah, sure." At this point, we'll just accept it. The Light Warden? No, I have not seen it, but I have witnessed the horrors of the Lesser Eaters, how they are wont to hunt in packs and carry off their victims, rather than consuming them on the spot. I suspect the Warden is a grotesque, corpulent thing, waiting patiently for its minions to bring its next meal. The interesting thing about the Light Wardens is that they're really not grotesque. They're all, like, really beautiful and made to look like incredibly, like, ornate statues and artwork and stuff. Which is in, you know, stark contrast to the fact that they're horrible, horrible monsters. Kind of like the biblically accurate angels. You searched the Light Warden. I cannot say I've ever laid eyes on it. Our duty is to protect the ruins, nothing more. We have no need to strike out in search of such a foe. I mean, I feel like the concept of know thy enemy is kind of lost on these bunnies. Just like, well, we know there's an enemy out there, but we've made no effort in the last 3,000 years to try and actually find anywhere where it is or anything about its whereabouts. We just, I mean, honestly, we just kind of been keeping an eye on the lake, watching idiots drown themselves over and over again, trying to solve our puzzle. They're so dumbfounded you finally made it here, they didn't really listen. They just went like, just shrug. We've been preparing for this for a long time. Don't try and poke holes in this. They're allies of the Empire. They said they were. We don't have any reason to believe them. Oh, no worries, Briar. Have a good evening. And, yeah, I'll see you next time. Have a dandy evening yourself. I pray the others were able to provide what I could not. Dandy was furiously scribbling down everything that he told her. I know I haven't seen it. He's like, why did you write that down? Why did you bother? Near Raktika Falls. Why was I not told of this? I think I see now why it has never been spotted on our patrols. I have never heard of this Raktika Falls, but I can assume it lies deep within the woods of Ixmaya. Just so, but the tunnel which leads there collapsed after a rather bloody battle with the Eaters, and has not been passable for many years. We made several attempts to clear the rubble, yet each time we were driven back. In the end, we were forced to give it up as lost, thereby making it a suitable place for the Warden to take sanctuary. There is perhaps one way to enter, though it would be a great peril to you and your companions. The Kitana Ravel, a temple to the northeast. It has been sealed for centuries, but within it is a path that leads to the falls. Can it be opened? No. I don't know why we suggested it, in hindsight. It was a silly thing to say. For the allies of Ronker it can. First, we must go to the Kumul Astropolis. Once the flow of magic is restored there, the path through the Kitana Ravel can be opened. This may sound like a simple task, but there are certain obstacles which prevent us from attending to it ourselves. And we know not how to overcome them. The Emperor never granted our forebears leave to look upon the secrets we are charged with protecting. That we might not be tempted, the means to do so were withheld from us. But we can show you the way. The rest will be up to you. This time, there will be 4 statues for you to touch. And this time, we have only written down the first 3. You have to figure out the 4th one for yourself. And there is no punishment for getting it wrong, but there are also only 4 statues. It's, in hindsight, not that difficult. It would seem we have our work cut out for us then, shall we? We've no time to waste. Let us be about it then. If that is your wish, it is my duty to escort you. While we attend to matters of the Kumul Astropolis, I would ask that your sisters accompany Urianger and Thancred and share with them all they can of these woods. While we have every intention of investigating Raktika Falls, it is yet possible the Light Warden dwells elsewhere. With that in mind, it would behoove us to prepare to an alternative course of action. I'm Thancred. Ulmed, Summit, I leave them to you. Yes, sister. Should our present course prove false, doubt not but that Thancred and I shall find any and all possible paths forward. Well, I got my new chest gear at least. Oh, hey, am I in a town? I am in a town. Okay, and let's do some glamoring then. Okay, whatever. Recommended gear, equip. Man, why is it sucks being considered a magic user just because all of the clothes are friggin' like robes and gowns and stuff. This one's pretty cool looking though, but I just like some trousers would be nice. Alright, so I've got the full set of level 74 gear. So if I dispel and then just to get my glasses back. There we go. But I do want to dye this red. Now, if I dye it, which bits turn red? Okay. So the right bits turn red if I dye it. That's good. But I also don't have any dye on me at the moment. Back to Limsa real quick then. huge amount of cash either. So I don't think I can get any ruby. Well, we'll see if there's a cheap pot of ruby on the board, and if not, I'll go for my... No, even one. Let's go for, what was it, Dalamud? Actually, I can just get that from the dye merchant, can't I? It's like there's no time to waste. Where has he gone? It's like, he's got this thing about the color red, and you just gave him a blue shirt. It's like he's not ungrateful. He'll wear it. It's just, just let him do his thing. Do they not have Dalamud red dye here? Oh. It is Dalamud that I normally equip, I think. Yeah, blood's kind of faded. Don't really need 5. Actually, why am I buying it? I've got. Pretty sure Bandy's got some. Yeah, there we go. She might also have some ruby. No. I think I used up my last... Yeah, I think I used up my last ruby red. Get the money from that. From those logs she sold as well. I wish there was a way to... Because there is the app, and it's... Yeah, I never seem to be able to do anything that I sort of think, oh, maybe I'll see if... Basically, I wish there was a way to do stuff without having to log into the game every time, because booting up the PS5 and then logging in each time is a bit of a palaver. There we go. Oh, should I... Actually, are the gloves... No, the gloves are black. They're okay. I can leave those as is. Booting the game up each time. Booting the PS5 up and then booting the game up just to, like, check my... Just to, like, do my dailies and stuff. It's a bit of a palaver. So it'd be cool if I could... like, do some of it. Like, even just my retainer ventures. Like, if I could just bring her back off a venture and then send her out on another one without having to sign in each day. That'd be something. But no. You can do some retainer stuff through it, and even if you have to pay for the, like, premium version of it. But, yeah, that's not one of the things. What you seek lies at the heart of the Camille Astropolis. Unfortunately, it too was sealed shut by order of His Eminence. If we are to open it, we must first look to the morning stars. Come, I will show you the way. Nothing's ever easy, is it? Where am I going? Can I just jump down from here? Sorry. You can look at me expectantly all you want. I got shit to do. Man, my minion... you know what? You're annoying. You make just a bit too much noise. There we go. Much quieter. I'll have my fat chocobo chick run around with us for a little bit. Oh, look at this dude. I've been attacked by a aggressive Rubik's Cube. But again, it's like a really simple... It's only got 4 sides on it, so it's like a really simple Rubik's Cube. Ah, our greatest puzzle. The 4-sided Rubik... The 4-square Rubik's Cube. So you know that we use... We do ones with 9 squares on each side. In Aorta. It's like, how? That's too many sides. It would be impossible to solve. You were able to keep up, I see. Well done. Ahead lie the Morning Stars, 4 monuments built in tribute to the Guardians of Raktika. Beyond them is the Great Pyramid of Uxne, where the flow of magic must be restored. It is said that the monuments themselves are keys to opening the pyramid. Though I know not how, that is for you to discover. Another puzzle. Wonderful. I would have a closer look. And I would blow my nose. Whew. It's been very cold and dry recently, so my quite a sensitive nose. Oh, we got another another easy Rubik's Cube. I should have again. I should have Augustus here for this. Augustus is like, what the hell? Ah, oh, Master, you've summoned me. And we did play a game, and he gets shot in the back of the head with a laser beam. He's like, ah, oh, God! Why do you only summon me when we're in mortal danger? Kill it. Good bird. It is indeed another puzzle, but for a blessing it appears to be similar to the one we encountered at the lake. Oh, I was right! These statues are all depictions of the divine beasts mentioned on the tablet. No doubt they will open the way into the pyramid in like manner, but we have to discern the correct order. Let's split up and research the area for clues. These ruins are covered in ancient inscriptions. The answer may well be hiding among them. Indeed, it may be best to transcribe them if they are as numerous as you say. Better than risk overlooking something. Though, transcription would prove impractical for you, not being versed in Ronkan script. No matter, you will employ a different approach. Impressions. Here's a load of folded up pieces of paper. Draw them from the hat, and then do an impression to amuse us whilst we work. We'll try and guess. It's like, okay, Alice say, I'm out. Just, I don't know. Here, I had thought to use these clay tablets to record any significant imagery we discovered, but they will serve you just as well. Take impressions of any inscriptions you find. We will start at the base of the pyramid, so you begin at the top. When you have finished, return here, and I will translate your findings. Oh, okay. I mean, again, is there any... I suppose it's probably We don't really want to risk it, do we? But I was going to say, is there any punishment for getting it wrong? Otherwise, I could just trial and error it, but I mean, Y'shtola knows best, I guess. It wants me to go up. Oh, up there. It'd be so much easier if I could just fly. Looking at you, Augustus. It's like, Aether currents. No! Actually, can I? No, it's too steep. Why is this one? There we go. No, stop! Why is it so eager to fling me to the side? This is a staircase. I need to get to the top of the stairs. Stop it. There. God, I got to do this 4 times. I can see now why Y'shtola didn't want to do this bit. Maybe the stairs on this next one are going to be in a better condition. Could you deal with that? Jump! Jump! No! Damn it! Look, I know you're like a guardian or something, but we've got the Emperor's seal. Leave us alone. I do need to be careful because I am in combat now, and that means I can kill myself. It's an interesting phenomenon. Gravity has no sway on me when I'm outside of combat, but in combat, just the very knowledge that something is trying to kill me is enough to give gravity that extra 1% it needs to polish me off. Alright, I guess the last one. I didn't see this. It's expertly camouflaged behind a tiny bush. Okay. Y'shtola, I did it. It says, okay, you must climb to the top of the pyramids in this order. It's like, oh, dang it. Getting a hell of a workout. I trust you've made good use of those clay tablets. Well done. Now, a moment while I decipher what you found. Apologies for the delay. Nothing we saw at the base of the pyramids gave any hints as to the solution of the puzzle, focusing instead on how to proceed having solved it. Your findings, on the other hand, appear to form a riddle. Once assembled, it reads as follows. Come together... Oh, dang it, I wish I knew the lyrics to that song. I could make a joke. Come together, share despair. Go thy ways, dread burdens bear. Mark the crown, heed its call. Avert thy gaze, forever fall. It's weird that it still rhymes, even after you've translated it. I had assumed that the puzzle would involve a sequence, but from what Almet and I were able to gather, it is but a matter of suffusing one of the statues with ether. The question being, which one? Have you any thoughts? Given your talent for finding solutions to vexatious problems, I think it's best that you choose the statue. What say you, Jack? If you need more time to consider, take it, but do not make haste. I would suggest seeking Almet's counsel, but she seems rather preoccupied with reciting the riddle. At the very least, you should consider having a second look at the statues themselves. Perhaps they offer some clue as to which is the correct choice. Come together, share despair, go thy ways, dread burdens bear. Mark the crown, heed its call, avert thy gaze, forever fall. Okay, come together, share despair, go thy ways, dread burdens bear. Mark the crown, heed its call, avert thy gaze, forever fall. Alright. Do you know what, I'm just going to get rid of you, because... that's twice you've attacked me, and I have to look at these statues, so... yeah, that's one of those tropes that really bugs me, when someone translates something from an ancient language, and the translation rhymes. It's like, I assume it rhymed in the... this is just a massacre. In the original, it didn't rhyme at all. But in the... once translated, it just coincidentally rhymes in whatever language we're using. That's something you notice it's facing away from the Curl statue. And the Curl statue is facing away from the serpent. Okay, so they're looking away from each other. It's facing south towards the woods. And our statue is facing north towards the Great Pyramid. So the wolf statue is facing towards the Oppo. You know, it's facing towards the wolf. Okay, so these two are looking at each other. This one's looking at the pyramid, this one's looking at the woods, and these two are looking away from each other. So... that means... something of import. What was the riddle again? Come together, share despair. Okay, so the two looking at each other share despair. Go thy ways, dread burdens bear. So the two looking away... also is there. Mark the crown, heed its call, avert thy gaze, forever fall. So the owl, I guess? I guess the owl, because it's looking at the pyramid. I'm going to go with the owl, and put no more thought into it, knowing that they will eventually come to the solution, even if I don't figure it out. Right then, after you've selected a statue, I imbue it with the required ether. Should it prove to be a trap, I am more than capable of warding off any malign magics it may contain. Now, which statue will it be? The owl statue. Alright, I pray this works. Because honestly, if it's not the owl statue, we are going to have to go trial and error. The ether has been absorbed. You really do have a talent for these things. Hey, I got it right. Hooray. A moment. Maintaining my wards has proven more taxing than anticipated. Yeah, you should speak to Batman. I imagine he feels very much the same way. The way should be clear now. Come, let us... Someone approaches. Sister! Samet. What are you doing here? What has happened? Your Moran soldiers, they have entered Ixmaya. Your Moran soldiers? And what of the Blessed? Nothing specific, but it seems the Amolans had little interest in Silverborough or its people. According to our scouts, their general and his men made all haste for the gate to Ixmaya upon finding it. Together with Thancred, Ulmet and a few others have engaged them at the border. You are to return and assist Ulmet at once. They are not to set foot near the ruins or Fanor. We will see to matters here and return as quickly as we can. Understood? Yes, sister. Be careful. Do svidania. I don't know what that means. I think that's hello. Though I knew time was short, I did not expect the Omolans to move so swiftly. But we have come too far to turn back now. Sorry, that's probably my fault for the 20 minutes I spent dyeing my gear. But, you know, I'm a red mage. I have to wear red. Ooh, baked mega piranha. That's useful because I've been turning those quest rewards to the Stormblood, the Storm Sergeants, whatever they're called. Whatever gang I'm in. The time is against us, friend. Quickly, into the pyramid. Don't mind me. We're just going into your pyramid. Which is, you know, hopefully still open after all these years. But yeah, there's a few tropes like that where I don't know. If you know anything about like translating language in real life, it never works out that way. Like, what should happen is you should be like, okay, well, this is a slightly different dialect to what I'm used to doing, and it should translate into just like a really awkward sounding phrase. But it's like, well, in the original, you know, Mayan, it sounds delightful, but I appreciate translated. It just sounds like the turn on the owl statue. Anyway, I mentioned Final Fantasy IX earlier. Apparently, they're making a remake, which is interesting. Interesting, if they do make a remake of Final Fantasy IX, they skipped over Final Fantasy VIII as well. I know it got like a HD remaster quite recently, but I should play those at some point. I never finished either. So long though. But 8 does have triple triad, so the switch should be through these doors in the confessional of Tulpasa, the Elder. But why is it not open? Magic appears to be flowing through the walls, but it's being obstructed as it approaches the door. Is it not strange that only one of these pedestals bears an owl statue? Okay, so I have to go and find another owl statue somewhere. Strange indeed. The second statue is likely hidden to keep the door sealed. We can cover more ground if we split up. I might take the chamber to the south, Jack the one to the east. I will search the chamber to the west. Why did you both run off in the same direction? Well, it's almost definitely going to be mine, isn't it? There's a chonky bird, and I just noticed it's got a face on its stomach, like a Gurren Lagann. Is that it? No. I mean, I don't know why I'm like is that it. It'll have sparklies on it, like, to show that I can interact with it. Like everything does. There we go. That wasn't too difficult. Unless I get chased by a boulder now. I have looked everywhere and... Wait, is that... The statue, you found it. It looks light enough. We need but return it to the other altar, no? One might assume so, but nothing about these ruins has ever been quite so simple. I sensed a strange energy emanating from the eyes of the statues in the corridors of this place. Should this figure be moved, it would not surprise me for them to suddenly stir to life. A trap, then, for the unsuspecting as they attempt to return this to its rightful place. Precisely. Caution would serve as well here. I cannot just take it and just run past them. Which is why I would ask you to deliver this statue to the main chamber. An abundance of magic yet courses through these walls. For my eyes, distractingly so. I believe yours, on the other hand, would more aptly perceive the traps for what they are. Alright then. We will meet you at the door to the confession of Topasa the Elder. You have 2 minutes to complete the task. Should you fail, return to the start location of Gnu. Brave attacks from enemies which will sap your strength. Ah, okay. So is it better for me to drop down and go this way? Like maybe this is the strat. Okay, so if I go yeah, I just need to avoid the owls. And the thing's trying to kill me, obviously. But they're easy enough to run away from. The wood bats really are completely docile. They don't have any interest in fighting me whatsoever. Also an interesting name considering they don't live in the woods and instead live in the temples, but... You know, whatever. I would have called them a temple bat myself. But I'm not a zoologist. Here. Oh, hang on. Well, hang on. If I go here, is this gonna matter? No. Okay. That was definitely the strat to go around the quote unquote long way. The statue is returned, but was that enough? I believe it was. I can see ether flowing through the door now. I pray this means an end to the tricks and traps of these ruins. Well done. I don't know, this is kind of fun so far. You know, it's more interesting than the normal sort of fetch quests. Plus, you're going to give you some baked Mega Piranha. You are but one step from entering the Katana Raval, but I must warn you, this last step is without question the most perilous. Overcome this final trial, and the path toward you will open to you. A path laden with more puzzles and traps. A path laden with more puzzles and traps, I'm sure. Did the Emperor always take such pleasure in wasting the time of his allies? Let us end this, Jack. While time is yet on our side. Indeed. Before we enter, I would tell you of the trial that awaits you. The chamber is said to be filled with all manner of devices to keep trespassers away from the switch. The most potent being wards of displacement. They may very well force you into danger. Should we become separated, please use these. They are cyanide capsules. Whisper reads. They will allow us to communicate no matter where we may find ourselves. I think Jack and I can work out how to use these well enough. Thank you. It's like, oh, okay, I was going to explain, but fine if you're going to be like that. Alright, Jack. The sooner we finish here, the sooner we can return to the others. But shall we get this over with? Oh, okay, it's a duty. Let's go. Reach the bowels of the Great Pyramid of Uxner. Okay, I'm glad it said the Great Pyramid of Uxner and not the the bowels of the guy. We must hurry before the Ormolan soldiers gain any ground. Wait, do you see those sentinels? They are made to curse any who enter the pyramid. It is said to be seen by them as just seen by death. I've already beaten up a couple of them, but... We can Metal Gear Solid this, it's fine. Sister, can you hear me? The two swords have broken through. Follow them. They are not to reach this temple, understood? A pair of soldiers somehow made it past my sisters. No doubt on their way here. All the more reason we should hurry then. Ah. All we've done is... Oh, hang on. Hide in the divot. There we go. Hopefully that they've got Last of Us stealth, and I don't have to worry about the golems seeing those two, because they're lagging behind a little bit. Oh. They are massive. How are we to get around them? I will draw their attention with a glamour. It will not last long. The moment they are distracted, we must run with all haste. It actually was like, run, now, and I was like, pretty sure you jumped the gun there a little bit. And I would have just run straight into the, a teleportation device. This should end well. What? Why did you guys get teleported first? I stood on it. What kind of reverse order shit is this? Jack, Elmet, can anyone hear me? We have been sent to separate chambers. This mist, poison, and has nullified my Okay, I probably... Can I move, because this is killing me? These markings on the floor, I think they show the way out. Oh, okay. Whee! Oh, does that take me back to the start? That takes me back to the start, okay. This way, and this way. Am I allowed to heal, or am I just poisoned? Somehow we are still in one piece. No, that's tomorrow's game. That means little to the others if we do not hurry. We are gonna run from a boulder! What was that noise? Yeah! By the gods. Yeah, let's stare at it and talk for a little more. Run! I'm glad that they ran ahead so that I knew that there was going to be more than one boulder, and also that it was rolling faster than we could run. That's what we call good game design. Yeah, they're really leaning. Whee! Oh, okay. We're okay. This 1 foot of water cushioned our fall. Well, there is no going back now. I pray it is not much further. Should we be having a conversation here? I'm pretty sure this is where the giant stone boulders land. Be careful of the traps inside. We are nearly there. It is unheard of for anyone to outpace the V's. What is this man who comes after you? Could you be Ranjit? If so, we have precious little time. Yeah, Ranjit could just punch the boulders, to be fair. This is a fun fun little duty, though. I like this. I wish, yeah, I honestly wish more of them were like this. This is fun. Oh, another door. Wonderful. I can but imagine what awaits us inside. There you are. To the left. Oh, I gotta defeat Ranjit.
Away with you!
Okay.
This and now! Here I come! No holding back!
I thought there'd be a bit more build up, but what direction did they take to get to the other door? Hey, thanks for the subs, Jarvis. Happy 9 months, and enjoy your 9-month badge. Well, this student is taking a hell of a shellacking.
This and that and this!
Oh, it's still a one. Well, I think you get you can display your first badge as a founder if you want to, but I think you can also go into your settings and oh, hang on, I should probably heal Almet. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, hang on, I'm not. There we go. I need to actually click on that. Oh, okay, we're just going to run away. That works too. I was going to say, I thought that was a bit kind of... No, Alexa, shut up. I thought that was a bit, like, sudden for us to have our showdown with Ranjit all of a sudden. You can turn it off, but you know the first, technically the founder's badge is, well, currently it's not rare because every one of my subscribers has it because I haven't had 10 subscribers yet. But in the future, when I'm like a huge deal, that'll be worth something to someone. We did it! Oh, but Ranjit beat up all the bunnies. Can I not just, like, crush him with a boulder or something?
I think not.
General, hold on!
Oh, was that the same guy from Ilmeg? Like the surviving guy? He doesn't get a name, he's just... just cowardly Ulmoran soldier.
Expertly done.
Can't believe I missed like 80% of the FF14 stream. I know. It's... how dare you. And this was a fun one as well. I really like all the like puzzles and stuff. I mean, I have been making jokes about how easy the puzzles are and the fact it took 3,000 years for anyone to solve the puzzle. Like, the bunny rabbits are just like, how has it taken this long? Like, we expected it would take a while. But come on, 3,000 years is a long time even by our standards.
How was I to know that that would happen? It looked like any other part of the floor. Might now be an opportune time to strike a bargain?
Don't know the puzzle existed. Yeah, but 3,000 years, someone would go swim down there and, you know, poke a few statues.
We poisoned a number of villagers in Slitherbough with a toxin brewed for us by the children.
Oh, great, thanks.
This is the antidote. I dare say you know how potent their concoctions are, and the futility of trying to counteract their effects. Now, try anything here, and we're all likely to fall. Eventually someone will come to our rescue, or yours. Promise us safe passage, and we'll give you the antidote. Do we have a deal?
We do not negotiate with the enemy. The villagers' lives are forfeit, as is yours.
I was going to say, I didn't think Ranjit would sit here and negotiate with us. This isn't his style. He's a prick.
General?
Well, that guy survived for as long as he could. $1.
Do not fail.
And that was the last we saw of Ishtola. That was how she died.
How noble.
Oh, let me take a gift from the gator-infested waters. Who do you think they are? Floridians. There were no gators. You exaggerate. It was fun. And, you know, I assume it wasn't underwater when they built it. I assume it fell underwater over time. I'm just saying, 3,000 years to touch 2-3 statues in order. That's a really long time for that puzzle to go unsolved.
Is everyone all right? What in the...
Oriange! At once! Down with you!
Wait, don't send him down there. That was pretty badass, though. He just yanked him into the hole.
Where is Y'shtola?
She's in the hole. Should be fine, though. Look, I'm not in combat at the moment. Do you want me to jump in the hole? I can survive. I'll heal as soon as I land. It's fine. So long as no one targets me on the way down. Thankfully, Ranjit's cohorts have the good sense to fall back. Ulmet should be here soon with word from Thano. We should hold our position here until she arrives. Okay. So I'm guessing Ranjit's going to show back up with, like, Y'shtola as a hostage or something. What's up, Elmet? Guys, she's not dead. I've seen her in Endwalker. It's fine. Elmet, please tell me you know if that hole might lead out in the woods somewhere. Were there any other means of exiting the temple, there is no question that we would know of it. But I fear that it is of little consequence, for we have tried to mark the depth of the pit and failed. To fall from such a height. Nah, she probably sucked herself into the live stream again or something. Sister, I come bearing news. The Omoran soldiers and the children have fled Ixmaya. They abandoned Slitherborough as well, though they yet remain in the swamps near Lakeland. Unfortunately, a number of the Blessed were poisoned while fending off the soldiers. One we believe to be of their order was found lost in Ixmaya, feverish and badly wounded. He was taken to Fano for treatment, but I fear there is little we can do for him. He and the other Blessed will not last long without an antidote. Then we must act quickly. If you have a spare vial, Minfilia and I can deliver it to the Blessed at Slitherborough. You and Urianger should return to Fano and tend to the wounded villager there. Here's the bottle. What about Y'shtola? I know it seems callous of us to leave, but she leapt into that hole for a reason. We have to save the Blessed, whatever it takes. Alright. My sisters and I will remain here. We must be certain no soldiers are still lurking about. She's fine. Come, Jack, let not Y'shtola's sacrifice be in vain. To Fano. But we've been through this. Very few people die in Final Fantasy XIV, as it turns out. It's the one piece of Final Fantasy games. Like, even if we see someone unequivocally die, like we cut a guy's head off and he came back. I mean, okay, sure, it's some ancient god puppeteering his corpse, but he's still technically alive. You know, there are very few characters that we have killed and have stayed. Well, that's not true, actually. We have killed quite a lot of characters, but still, it's a 50-50 shot that anyone that we kill will come back at some point. Heavens forfend, Runar. Oh, Runar! My boy! 'Twas he who forestalled the Yomorans... why am I giving you Urianger that accent? 'Twas he who forestalled the Yomorans' possession, and in so doing afforded thee time to traverse the temple. Quickly, the antidote. Just throw it over him. It's like, no, you have to make him drink it. Why did you throw it all over the bed? Quickly rub it in. Try and scoop as much as you can of it into his mouth. Varuna, a second dose of the antidote. Can't scoop more of it up before it evaporates. I did it. It would appear the worst hath passed, though his wounds yet want for mending. I shall minister to him forthwith. Just give me the money. I don't need green dye. What am I going to do with green dye? I'm not Link. Although I do have a green jacket, I suppose. Rest, Jack. I prithee I shall attend to Runar's ministrations. Is that my quest? Rest. It actually might be. That was a really cool moment, though, from Y'shtola, just leaping into the hole like that. Like, it's... The impact is lost because I know she survives, but it's still really cool.
Runa.
Plus,
Thank goodness.
the bit with Thancred afterwards, where he just bonked Rajit into the hole as well, was great.
We delivered the antidote to Slitherbow, and from what we could gather on the way here, the Ulmorans have had the good manners to withdraw.
I've been pronouncing it Slitherborough. I've not been reading it properly. Slitherbow.
Thank the gods they did. We would never have made it here in time. I'm told we have Runar and his comrades to thank for keeping the soldiers occupied prior to their retreat. They were preparing to come for you and Y'shtola, it seems, when Runar rallied the villagers and pursued them out of Slitherbow.
Where am I?
Ixmaya, in the care of the Vis. Thou art safe now, friend. Pray, rest thee a while longer.
No. No, I am all right. Somewhat heavy of limb, perhaps, but otherwise well, I assure you. I am glad to see you are all safe. When we realized where the soldiers were headed, we knew something had to be done.
He's going to ask the awkward question. Yeah.
Do not see Master Matoya. She was with you, yes? What happened to her?
Fell in a hole. You know how it is. You know how it is with her.
Spare me your riddles and speak plain. Where is Master Matoya?
Fell in a hole. Like I said, like 5 times now.
No. No. No, that cannot be. Why would she do such a thing?
To be fair, Master Matoya's been... Y'shtola's been here for a very long time. She could have attuned to the Aetheryte currents by in the sort of 4 years she's been here. So, you know, maybe she's got a flying mount that she could have just whipped out before she hit the ground.
Was there no other way? I cannot believe that she... We must begin the search immediately. I will come with you. What are you waiting for? We must find her. She could be trapped, or hurt, or... She is alive. She is alive, damn you!
When you think about it, Runar has spent way more time with Y'shtola than the Warrior of Light has. The Warrior of Light has technically only spent like maybe a few months with her, whereas Runar's been spending like the last 4 or 5 years with her.
Forgive me for interrupting, but our scouts have apprehended an intruder.
And for some of the few months we've known her, she was in the live stream, so we don't even know that well.
We thought perhaps he might be an associate of yours.
Oh, is it Solus? Yeah, there he is.
Oh, look who it is.
Well, this is embarrassing. In my defense, they are surprisingly tenacious. So, what trouble have you gotten yourselves into this time?
we become awfully relaxed around like our main antagonist. It's like, yeah, just tell him. What's he gonna do?
Well, well. What an intriguing turn of events.
If we don't tell him, he's just gonna bitch and moan.
My condolences, by the way. It is never easy to lose the ones we love. Well, she is dead, isn't she? Wishing it were otherwise will not make it so.
That you should be indifferent to her loss is no surprise. But to us, she was a friend. The best of friends.
Seriously, she's fine.
You have something on your mind. What is it?
Go for the gust of wind.
Pray recount to us again that which thou witnessed in the ruins, omitting not the slightest detail.
Flow. The teleportation magic she used to spirit us away from Uldar after the bloody banquet. I recall a similar gale in the tunnel before it took effect.
Oh, she got in the live stream again.
I thought I sensed a brief disturbance in the live stream. How reassuring to know it was not my imagination. I felt it only once, I should mention, which would suggest she is still adrift on its currents.
Alright, so we need to go and track her down her sister again.
Then I fear she may yet be lost to us. For it was only by the grace of the elementals that she was plucked from that great ethereal river.
Ah, very well. I'll go and fetch her. Perhaps a clear and unambiguous act of kindness will serve to win the trust you seem so determined to deny me.
I think he talks about nipping into the live stream like he's going to the shops. It's like, yeah, I'll go and get you, Stoll. Is there anyone else on the live stream you want me to pick up on the way? Because I don't want to make 2 trips. Have you lost any other friends to the live stream? Now then, if I am to fetch her for you, I will require a suitable place to work. We must find somewhere that resonates strongly with the live stream. And by we, I mean you. And to that end, I give you this, an ethereal lamp of my own design. Keep it close as you venture out into the woods. The brighter the glow, the stronger the location's resonance with the live stream. Once you have found a likely spot, all you need to do is whistle. You do know how to whistle, don't you, hero? Just put your lips together and blow. Okay. Do I have an indication of... Okay, this direction. Let's go then. Let's go and... Can someone remember to bring Y'shtola some clothes this time? As we know, the light stream, you don't come out of the live stream fully clothed. Oh, and Alphina's not here this time to see it. That's a shame. Ow. Go away. I was just enjoying the music kicking back in for a few seconds, and I got hit by a deer. It's like driving in the countryside. The light is dim. This might go at any moment. Okay. Is there a spot around here that kind of screams life forcey? Right, it glows faintly. Warmly. Warmly. Brightly. The lamp lies near blinding. Perhaps now is a good time to call for Emmett Selk. This guy... Yeah, okay, he's another player. I don't know, that was a bit of a giveaway.
Yes, this place should serve well enough.
So Ishtala lost her eyesight last time. What's she going to lose this time?
Might I have a little space? I need to concentrate.
Emmett's voice actor's great. I love him.
Now then, what color was her soul again? Ah, there you are.
Nah, that's a lot easier the second time. Last time bringing back Y'shtola was a whole thing. Yeah, and she's naked again. Has anyone got like a Piccolo-style clothes beam we can shoot at her? Or does she just have a spare dress somewhere?
He's done it. He's brought her back.
Hey, he does have a Piccolo-style clothes beam. Ah. You know, Emmett, you're not too bad.
Y'shtola, are you all right?
Yes. Though I cannot imagine how. What happened?
This time she's lost her sense of smell.
Thou didst invoke the power of flow, which thence did usher thy soul unto the life stream.
I wanted to save the antidote, and after that... I did something exceedingly reckless, for which you will just have to forgive me.
That's hilarious.
Master Matoya! Oh, thank the heavens you're all right. I had nearly given up hope.
Please, Renard, dry your tears.
You
What would the others think
already
if
found
they
out
saw
she
you
died
like
like
this?
10 minutes ago.
Come now. Did you really think I would go gently into that dark night with so much left undone? So many mysteries left unsolved?
Is there aught you wish to say to me? A word of thanks, perhaps?
Emmet Selk, the Ascian of whom I spoke. 'Twas he who plucked thee from the live stream.
I see. Thank you.
No, you don't.
Differences notwithstanding, you saved my life, and for that I am grateful. But let us turn our attention to more important matters, such as the Katana Ravel. You had better not have explored its depths without me.
Oh, I wish there was more jokey answers. I'll tell you after you've got some rest.
Well, Almet and the others should be pleased to see you in such uncharacteristically high spirits. Let us return to Fanoff then, and discuss the coming expedition.
Oh, okay. I know that's pronounced Fanoff. Yeah, silly me. Of course the W's an F. It's in brackets. Just the phonetic pronunciation of some of these words the first time they show up would save me so much of a headache. Emma just awkwardly hunched over going, "What should I do?" What a touching reunion that was. It fair brought a tear to the eye, but as we both know, such tender moments are nothing if not momentary. Before long they remember their many differences and return to squabbling. Says the Archbringer of Chaos. Ah, flattery will get you nowhere, dear boy. But seriously, we Ascians do what we do for the greater good, for the rejoining. Though we may sow the seeds of chaos, it is a man who tends them, he who reaps their bountiful harvests. But I grow tired of these arguments. If you would kindly refrain from retorting and return to your customarily brooding silence, I would take it as thanks for rescuing your companion and leave it at that. Now you mustn't keep your friends waiting. I don't brood. I'm just quiet. You sound like he doesn't show up in the plot for so long. I always forget his name, but we sound like some sort of edgelord. And I talk plenty, I just don't say anything. You think by now, Y'shtola kind of would have figured out, oh, okay, I could probably figure out now after doing it twice how to get myself out of the live stream. Maybe I can make a thing of it. My apologies for having put you all through such an ordeal. I could see no other way to save the Knights Blessed. Happily, both they and I yet live, thanks to you. But our work here is not yet done. we must make ready to enter the Kitana Revel and put the Light Warden to the sword. So I think the Kitana Revel is like literally the next thing we're doing. Is it the Burden of Knowledge? Yeah. It is 12:20. How long is this one? Hi, Stratus. Are you caught up on this quest to help me out with it, or...? Because we could do it, I suppose. Ugh. Nope. Okay. Well... You just got to the forest. Maybe let's save it for next week, then. So that... Because I'm next to a portal. Just because it... I mean, I appreciate next week. I'm not necessarily counting on you being here immediately at the start of the stream to do it. If you are, great. But if not, I'd have to do it with NPCs, and I'd probably do it with NPCs anyway, if it lets me. And if I do it with NPCs now, it will take at least an hour, if it's anything like the last dungeon we did. So let's call it there, and we'll do it as the first thing we do next time. We'll finish off the Light Warden, and that will finish off this whole section in the Raktika forests, and then we'll head back to wherever we're going next. I mean, there's only 2 Light Wardens, so we're going back to one of the 2 places we were previously. I think. So there's only... Yeah, I mean, I think there's one area... But yeah. We've beat the Light Warden in Lakeland and Ilmeg. So it's the Wardens in Amarang and Colusia. After we've done the Retika Greatwood. Yeah, okay, that works. So let's call it there. I did 3 hours today. We got through a lot. That was fun. I really liked the. I mean, you know, there was some fun cutscenes. I really liked the trial, the pyramid duty was that was really good. I like that one. That was probably one of the better ones, just because it actually had like some. I don't know. I liked it. There's so much stuff that's just like, you know, fight your way through stuff, or fetch quests, or just go and talk to people. It's nice when it's, you know, something different. So more of that would be nice. I'm happily take more of that. So we'll see what the trial is. Well, dungeon. Is it a trial or a dungeon? It's a dungeon, isn't it? Not a trial. If there's a trial, I'd just do it, because it wouldn't take me very long. Because it's a dungeon, we'll wait till next time. Cool. All right, let's call it there. Next stream's tomorrow. I'm going to try and finish One Piece Odyssey. I think it's really hard to tell how long I have left without like massively spoiling it for myself, because you'd think I'd be halfway, because I've done 2. I'm on chapter like 5 of 9, and I've done 2 of the 4 flashback areas. But I'm pretty sure, just by what I've done is I've googled like One Piece Odyssey full walkthrough, which there aren't any written yet, but there are full play videos, and the full play videos all have the sort of last 2 sections. They look way shorter than the first 2. So I think what we'll do, I'm not going to commit to a time to start, just because I always say 12, and then I wake up and I wake up at like 11:45, and it's like, well, I'm not showered, I need to eat something. I said so. I will start at some point in the afternoon, probably around like 1 or 2 o'clock. Whenever I'm ready, and then we'll just play until we finish it. I think try and get it out of the way, and then yeah, I guess maybe I'll see whether that Forspoken's any good. I did check, the demo is like only 20 minutes long, so I don't think there's any worth doing a stream on it, because yeah, I'll just finish it. So I might just do it on my own time on Sunday and see if I like it, and then maybe pick it up on Tuesday when it comes out. I don't know though, I have a feeling from what I know about it, I don't think I'm gonna like it enough to actually, because it's still 65 quid, and I feel like the normal version, and I just don't think, from what I know of it, that the gameplay is going to blow me away enough that I'm going to want to spend that much money on it. Shower, what, you ignore me? I shower. I you know, occasionally. If a room isn't radioactive from the armpit stank, you're really a gamer. My room smells, well, I'd like to say it smells lovely. Because I have I've gotten into Yankee candles over the last year, and so I have those. I have a Yankee candle burning most of the time to keep the room smelling nice, because otherwise it probably would smell a little bit of. I'm in this room a lot, so it probably would smell of me quite a bit. But the candle that I've got at the moment isn't exactly very pungent. It's mango lemonade, which I'm sure tastes nice. Like, mango lemonade sounds delicious. But it's not, unfortunately the smell isn't actually that strong, which, considering I rely on it as a air freshener, isn't super useful. Oh, I've just noticed my XP as well. Tell you what I might do. Tell you what I might do. I might just run around and reveal some of the map just to get that extra little bit. Oh no, I'll tell you what I'll do. We'll do the dungeon next week. That'll easily give me the XP to tip me over to level 80. And then once we've done the dungeon, I'll go. We'll do the dungeon and we'll do the final quest in this area. And then we'll take a break from Shadowbringers to go and do the Red Mage quests and this Hollow Pursuits quest that I need to do, because I understand I have to do this in order to finish Shadowbringers anyway. So we can kind of start doing that, and then we can then come back. So, yeah, that works. That sounds like a plan. It's gonna be sad hitting level 8. Well, after level 81. My lovely pre-order earring's gonna stop working. It's not gonna give me bonus XP anymore. I'm gonna just gain XP like a norm, like a normie, like a standard person. All my boosted XP is gone. My trek from level 80 to 90 will take slightly longer. Well, level 81 to level 90 will take slightly longer, but. Well, that's fine, I suppose. Anyway, let's call it there. So if I'm going to play One Piece tomorrow, so if I see you then, I will see you then. Otherwise, I will see you when I see you. Thanks for watching if you did. I've been Dandy. You've all been Dandy. And have a good evening. Good night. Goodbye. So long. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. The other ones. Bonjour.